What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to a new episode of Swipe Up, where I share some of my favorite posts from Instagram. This is episode 50. Let's get it going. This first post from underscore Hydra underscore. She does embroider. I think it's a she, maybe a he. I don't know. Those hands. I don't want to. Well, I guess the ring. Maybe it's a woman. Does these cool embroideries, like line art with embroideries, kind of similar in many ways to the many faces that I do. I mean, definitely a different style, but this is the cleaning up process of the backside of the embroideries that she does. And when I saw this post, it reminded me of part of the the autobiography, the biography of Steve Jobs, where early on, like his dad was a cabinet maker, and this piece of advice that he gave Steve as a kid was to make sure when you're building and designing your cabinets or building your cabinets that the inside of the cabinets are as beautiful as the outside. And it's this idea where it's important to, I mean, if you look inside of if you were to crack open like a Mac or even like any kind of Mac computer, and you were to open it up, like the arrangement of things, especially in the early days, it was laid out beautifully in a lot of ways. The way things are oriented, it looks, instead of most computers where it's just like, these pieces are put together and it's like there is something to opening something up and seeing the inside of a beauty, but it's also paying attention to the things that nobody sees, like structural integrity and things like that. The parts of the thing that nobody sees, like cabinets, you need to put just as much time and effort into those things. And that's what this, some people who are lazy or like mass produce stuff will end up looking like the pre of this, versus, actually cleaning it up and making it look good. It's important. It's important to do those. That's part of the process of doing things, is cleaning up, setting up, cleaning up, just finishing everything up nice and tidy, and doing the extra little bits that make it special. So moving on to just tragic stuff that's going on. This is a Photoshop from Fabian Barao from Brazil, or I believe this is a Photoshop of a macaw? Amazonian macaw. But it's the Amazon on fire, but it's photoshopped to look like a macaw. I don't know. Like, he does a lot of these kind of like aerial photography that looks like animals, but it's tragic what's going on in the world, specifically the Amazon. A rainforest is on fire. The ice caps are melting. Nobody seems to give a shit. These people are using their guns all the time to kill people. We're living in crazy times right now. We're living in crazy times. A guy who was fired from his last job because he was racist is now the leader of the country. So just I don't know how what we can do to have these people focus on the important issues, but it's just a mess. It's just a mess. It's a mess. But great Photoshop. This is another photo from Wired. That's just a guy mowing his lawn with the house on fire in the background, and it's basically how we are in regards to climate change and everything. It's just like everything. We just like pretend everything's fine and just say it's fine. But like, just because you say it's fine doesn't like fix the issue. It just means you're ignoring the issue. Like, it's fine. I've compartmentalized the reality that I'm living in. I can just really only control the things that are around me, and I'm trying to just make enough so I can afford groceries and rent, and hopefully I don't get sick because I don't know how I'd pay for that, and credit cards are suing, and it's just it's fine. Everything's fine. It's perfect. But also the house is on fire. So it's great. This is a good news podcast. Speaking of good news, here's a little bit of fun that's been on the internet. Bert Kreischer, doing well known for his promo videos, stand-up comedian, showing off his dance moves in this video. Which Bert is fat, man. Bert is fat. It starts off okay and then kind of devolves into not that great. Like this kind of falls apart. Right when he does like the sloppy robot or whatever the hell it is, it kind of goes downhill. But it's fun. I mean, 500,000 views on this post. It's just, Bert is awesome. I've only seen him live doing like a 15-minute set at the Ice House, but all of his specials are hilarious, and he is definitely his podcast is funny as well. But yeah, he's like the king of promo videos. Like this is produced, like he went, I don't know how much training he did. I would imagine this first part is heavily trained, and then it kind of devolves from there maybe. Maybe the whole thing is, but like he did some training, and then he hired a film crew and hired the dancer just to promote his stand-up dates. I mean, it's a funny video too, but Bert Kreischer. I hope he doesn't die. His lifestyle, man. I hope he doesn't die. All right, moving on to another stand-up comedian with some epic shit. Dave Chappelle.
The next one's a little harder. I want to see if you can guess who it is I'm doing an impression of. All right, let me get into character. You got to guess who it is, though. Okay, here goes. Hey, if you do anything wrong in your life, and I find out about it, I'm going to try to take everything away from you. And I don't care when I find out. Could be today, tomorrow, 15, 20 years from now. If I find out, you're fucking finished. Who's that? That's you. That's what the audience sounds like to me. That's why I don't be coming out doing comedy all the time, because y'all niggas is the worst motherfuckers I've ever tried to entertain in my fucking
I love
life.
the special. It's not my favorite Dave Chappelle special, but I said this on Twitter. Ranking Dave Chappelle specials is like ranking Tarantino films. Like even his worst special or Tarantino's worst film is better than most of the crap that's getting put out nowadays. But Chappelle, I think Chappelle's throwing out different styles of comedy, and this is his degenerate special and it's kind of more of a personal message of his to our society and our culture that's like so eager to talk shit. It's like if people, his job, his art form is literally to cause you to involuntarily have a reaction. Like he's forcing chemicals to be released in your brain by what he says on stage. And if he's able to do that to enough people for an hour straight every time at least, then he can record specials like this and sell out stadiums. But I love Dave Chappelle, and it's just the First Amendment. We need to remember that we having the freedom to speak and create art is far more important than your ability to own and operate semi-automatic or automatic firearms, assault rifles. So last one, Adam Scorgi, great documentary producer. Coming out with Danny Trejo documentary. I've been looking forward to this. Inmate Number 1, The Rise of Danny Trejo, was accepted to the Calgary International Film Festival. So hopefully it does well in the film festival circuits, and I'm looking forward to this one. And he's also doing the Michael Bisping documentary. He's doing, I think, a Nate Diaz or Nick Diaz. He's doing what he was. I don't know if it's still happening on the Diaz brothers, but for sure the Bisping one is a Scorgy film. But that's it for this episode. Let me do some shout-outs real quick. Shout-out _Hydra_. Shout-out Fabian Barao. Shout-out Wired, Alvaro Dominguez. Shout-out Bert Kreischer, Big Boy, Dave Chappelle. Shout-out Scorgy, Calgary Film, and Trejo Doc. That's it for this episode. New episodes daily. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my original artwork over at inspireddisorder.com and save an additional 25% when you use coupon code RTS. At Ray Taylor for me on all social media. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out!